And this is 36, the podcast. Podcast. 36, the podcast. And this is 36, the podcast.
What's up, Fairbanks? What's up, Fairbanks North Star Borough? My name is Tilden,
My name is Sarah.
and this is 36 the Podcast. Welcome to 36 the Podcast, where we share the stories of the people and businesses that make Interior Alaska unique. I'm your host, Tilden, and I'm joined by the one and only Sarah Nicholson. How are you doing, Sarah?
I'm doing good.
Okay, so technically we're supposed to get started at 5 o'clock. Sarah,
I was a little late.
okay, so please explain to us what happened.
So I was late.
Okay.
But I brought treats.
Oh.
So in front of everybody today, our special guest, and then Tilden and I have cake pops.
Okay.
And I'm so excited because they're gluten-free, and I just found out that our guest,
Yes,
is
yes.
gluten-free
Yes,
also.
yes, yes.
And this is, if you haven't checked her out, this is the gluten-free frontier.
Really?
And she is making gluten-free baked goods. She's doing pop-ups. And I just ordered some cinnamon rolls from her, gluten-free cinnamon rolls, and she brought these to me as a treat. And I went, oh, if you treat me, I'm going to treat you. So
Okay.
shout out to the gluten-free frontier,
Okay.
making cool
Shout
things
out.
happen.
Okay, and so what we're going to do, does she have a social
She
media
does,
link?
gluten-free frontier. Yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about our social media links a little later, but we're going to be sure to add her to the description. But let's get on with the show,
Let's get
okay?
on.
So,
And we can eat these as we're talking.
yes, we can. Yes, we can. Okay, so today we're talking with Stacy Fish, owner of Wildfire Bookstore in Fairbanks, Alaska's romance-only bookstore. We'll discuss what inspired her to open the shop, the growing popularity of romance novels, and what it's like running one of Fairbanks' most unique small businesses. Let's get started. Stacy Fish, welcome to 36 Podcast.
Thanks.
All right, so, I'm going to tell you, you had contacted me on my business in order to do some t-shirts for you. And so, I don't know, so in my mind, because I had not yet received your motto yet, and so I made you an example t-shirt with just the Wildfire logo on it, and I dropped it off at your bookstore. Ooh, I didn't. I was expecting like spiritual yin zen type of books, right? But that's not at all what that is, though.
No.
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah.
I guess
yeah.
it could
yeah.
be. You
We
could
have witchy type stuff and things
Yeah.
like that, but it's not like that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And so that's okay. But I did not know, and so it took me by surprise. And then later on, when we made changes to your T-shirt design, and then you gave me the slogan, I was like,
Makes so much more sense.
that.
What's the slogan? I don't know.
It's romances of every flavor.
Oh,
Yeah.
Not
yeah,
gonna
so
be
it kind of like pinpointed like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so before we get into the meat and potatoes, though, and we start asking you questions, we have a few things that we have to cover. First of all, social medias. All right, you can find social medias. Well, you can find 36 Podcasts. We're on your usual suspects as far as audio is concerned. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple. We're on Pandora. And there's a few more as far as audio. Now, if you're watching the video, of course, you can find us on YouTube video. And we also have a... What's up, sir? How you doing?
Sorry to interrupt.
It's all good. Well, look here. That was Mr. Bobby, owner of Hoodoo. So, look here. He can interrupt all he wants. He can. Yeah, I was like, who the? Oh, it's Bobby. It's like, oh, it's Bobby. Yeah. So, okay. So let me get back on track. I was talking about what?
Socials. You're on YouTube.
Okay. So yeah. So you can find us on Facebook. Sarah.
Yeah, so I'm Sarah with Lifted Marketing.
Okay.
You can find me on all the socials, Lifted Marketing AK, and Gluten Free Frontier. Also, we're shouting them out one more time.
Boom. And Stacy, socials for you.
I am on Instagram and Facebook and Threads.
Yep.
I think that's it. Just
Okay.
those three.
Okay, all right, then good. And so what we're going to do is we're also going to put in the description for this episode right here, we're going to add all of the links where you could find Wildfire Bookstore. All right, so on that note right there, we're going to get into a few questions for you. Are you ready?
Sure.
Okay, so what inspired you to open a bookstore dedicated exclusively to romance novels? So how did this come about?
Happiness.
Yeah.
What gave me happiness.
Okay.
I've never spoken about it in the past. Like I never told anybody about it. And I actually was in a therapy session and my therapist just asked me, she goes, if you could do anything in this world, no money, no monetary value of anything, what would you do? And I told her I would open a romance bookstore because that's what I read and that's what brings me so much happiness and I escape from this world and everything like that.
Yeah.
And she, at the end of it, when I stopped talking about it, she just looks at me and she goes, why aren't you doing that? The way that you light up, the way that you talk about it, she goes, I've known you for so long. Why aren't you doing that?
Yeah.
And that literally just I think it sparked something in me because that was February of 2025.
Yeah.
And then by June of 2025, I signed my lease and then I opened by the end of November. It was supposed to be a 2026 goal, but all of it just fell into my lap as I was doing it.
That's
so
wild.
I couldn't I kept trying to talk myself out of it and my husband was very much no, stop it. You have to do this, all of it. So he was the real reason why Wildfire is really open at this point.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So this was in the course of years, months, weeks?
No, so I have been thinking about it for years, but I never spoke about it until that session in February of last year.
Okay.
So it all happens in less than a year.
Oh.
It actually, what is that? 9 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
From the first time I talked about it.
All right. Good
Yeah.
deal.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm a big, when a door's easy to open, it's the one you're supposed to walk through.
Yeah.
And if a door's harder to open,
Yep.
there's something, it's just not right.
And I think that was the thing. It just laid out so perfectly that I couldn't ignore it. I couldn't walk away from it because I felt like I would be doing myself an injustice if I didn't go through with it. And because I had so many people, when I started talking about it more and more, the more people were like, oh my gosh, that would be so perfect for you. Why aren't you, I can't tell you how many times I heard that. Why aren't you doing that? Yeah. And so I just took it as a sign that that's what I was supposed to do.
Yeah, this is a really big thing, because I joined. Well, I liked your Facebook page, and I see all the stuff that you have going on, right? And I'm like, this is
She's building a community. It's truly a community.
Yeah. You've got a little village going on, a little tribe.
It's trying.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
That's so cool. All right. So romance is often the best-selling genre in publishing. It's definitely been around for a long time.
Yeah.
But it doesn't always get the respect it deserves.
Not at all.
Why do you think that is?
Because, sorry, Tilden, it's because of men most of the time. It's so true.
No, it's all good.
It's so true
It's all
because
good.
just
It's all good.
an example was one of the guys that just walked through when I got here, and he was making a joke about his wife and her porn books.
Yeah.
And I think that it's being depicted there are some that are like that for sure. They're smuttier and everything, but it's really there's so much world building and opening and safety and empowerment within romance books specifically. And BookTok really just ran with that. And so in the past, really last 4 years.
BookTok. Do you know what BookTok is?
No,
I
I don't know what BookTok is, but I think there's a couple questions.
Okay.
I am not a BookTok girly. I don't like social media. I'm going to be very honest, but because I own a business, I know, but because
I can teach you the way.
No, because I have a business now, I've learned to love it more and be more who I am authentically and be able to do it the way that I want to versus the cookie cutter ways that so many other people do.
Right.
I'm very vulnerable in my posts because these books that we read are also very vulnerable. So me continuously empowering women with showing who I am and what I deal with and what I stand for is so important to me because that speaks truth through my books, the books that we have.
Gotcha.
And that's ultimately why it took me a little bit to get that way. I felt very I needed to meet this expectation And then finally, I had one of my marketing friends. She just said, it's not that serious. It's not that serious. And so I just started doing what I wanted to do, what felt good and what I enjoyed doing. So now I love it. If you've watched some of my videos, my husband is showcased on quite a few of them. He does a Bridgerton dance. He does a Dave Attenborough remake. And the ladies love that. They love him. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so what what misconceptions do people have about romance readers that you wanna address? Correct.
Yeah, just touching again that just because there is sex, which is a completely normal thing in everyday life, that there is sex in these books, that it diminishes what these women stand for. Not only the people, the characters within the books, but also the authors.
Yeah.
Whether that be they're writing it through healing or empowering or however injustices they want to speak on.
Yeah.
I think it's just seen as, oh, there's sex in this, so we're going to make this uncomfortable for people and say that it's porn, that this is taboo, that, XYZ, and that's not the truth at all. If you've ever read one of them, it's so much empowerment for women and taking back their their own ownership and their own self. And so I think that it's kind of sad that people still put that on these books, because it just tells me that you've never read one ever.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Good. How did you know, and we kind of talked a little bit about this, but how did you know Fairbanks was the right place for a romance-only bookstore?
Fairbanks is just the perfect place for community. This place, I've been here for 9 years now, and I've known since, it took me a little bit to get used to it, but once I started branching out and connecting with people and everything, this place is made for small businesses. It's made for that love because of how much community support we have and how many small businesses that are actually here for how smaller we are.
Yeah.
This community really gave me the ability and the strength to follow this dream, because it I was telling Sarah before, is in Anchorage I don't think I would have ever done this. It's just not the same. Yeah, I was born and raised in Anchorage. I lived there for 26 years before we came up here.
Now,
and
so are there any similar bookstores
there is.
that already
Beauty in the Book is actually in Anchorage.
So somebody has already cornered the market down there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I don't even think it's necessarily cornering the market. It's Beauty in the Book is an amazing bookstore. I've been in there. Bailey is one of the owners there. And I think that it's just me. I want that sense of community. I want people to feel welcomed and invited, and just this place being like that. And I think that's just Fairbanks. I think that's really Fairbanks as a whole. So that's why I had the comfortability to be able to do this dream here.
Gotcha. Okay, so what subgenres are your customers gravitating towards right now? Contemporary, historical, fantasy, romance, dark romance, romantic suspense, or is there something else?
Hockey. These girls are feral for hockey because of
Hockey?
Heated Rivalry. Yep, Heated Rivalry that came out earlier this year. It's a show.
TV show.
It's a TV show.
Okay.
Off Campus is another book series that just came out with a TV show. So hockey is really big.
Okay.
But otherwise, fantasy and dark romance specifically are the hottest. Always.
What's dark romance?
Dark romance, mafia, murder, mystery type, darker, kidnapping, stalking, that type of vibe.
Yeah. Okay. Like stuff you can only get away with in a book.
Yes. Otherwise, it'd be
so
jail.
we want to make that clear, fellas.
Yes.
Not condoning.
No, we like to read about it in the safety of our homes. Please do not stalk us. That's a red flag.
Exactly.
Don't do it.
Exactly.
There's
So
a lot of,
So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yes.
No mixed messages.
No.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
Do not condone. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right. So I've actually never read a romance novel. What would you recommend as the perfect first book for me to read?
It really depends on what. Do you like fantasy? Have you ever watched Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, whimsy type stuff?
So I don't know. Can I pull up one of these right here?
Yeah, they're both fantasy. So those are both fantasy.
Okay.
So if you like fantasy, this most women in the past like 5 years or so, what got them back into reading is an author called Sarah, her name is Sarah J. Maas. She writes A Court of
I
Thorn
like
and
a
Rose.
Sarah.
Yep.
We love that.
She also writes Throne of Glass, Crescent City, all of those. ACOTAR specifically, A Court of Thorns and Roses, got so many women back into reading, I think. That's why it kind of blew up. Like that BookTok type vibe is because of her. Fourth Wing is another really good one too. That's another fantasy one that I think those two series right there are very introductory to where it's not overwhelming in the world building, but enough to keep you enticed throughout because it has a good balance of spice, but the plot is still plotting.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna throw this out there. What book would you recommend if I wanted to?
That's
Direbound, that one right there.
Oh, okay, so which one is it?
Direbound, the red one. So what that is, it's very much war mentality in that one, political intrigue.
Okay,
type
so this is for the
military.
fellas.
Yes,
So
this is for the fellas. Yep.
Okay, if the fellas want to get into
Yep.
romance novels,
Yep.
this is the
That's
one
it.
that's
Yep.
pictured.
There
here.
is some spicy scenes in it, but it's
Okay.
not overwhelming.
Okay.
And it doesn't really happen. Like it
Well,
happens.
because
a
we're
bit.
gonna skip straight to the spicy
And
scenes.
are you?
Yeah.
Then why aren't you reading more romance books?
So she's like, oh, we can
Wait, like
spicy
I can get you on some weird stuff, okay? Like
Yeah, we skip straight to the chase.
oh
Like,
my
hang on, I
gosh.
need some chocolate.
Boom.
But that
Oh.
one, there's dire wolves in it. It's like a war college type vibe.
Yeah.
There's a very good villain in it, and like I said, political intrigue in it to where it's enough to like it's a good introductory for men because the adventurousness of it
Yeah.
keeps them kind of keeps
Yeah.
going. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a spicier version of Tom Clancy. Like a spicy
Oh,
spicy Tom Clancy.
I
I've
think
never-
Tom Clancy is not dire wolves and like fantasy.
Well, but he's
more
political and
espionage.
yeah.
A lot of the fantasy books do have that political intrigue.
Yeah.
And it's essentially women trying to overthrow and that type of
Okay.
finding
Yeah.
their empowerment within the books for sure.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, so what's the most surprising custom story you've experienced since opening Wildfire?
That's so hard because I've connected with so many people and I've heard a lot of stories. Like people tend to be very open when you come into a store like that because it is a more vulnerable type place. You're looking at things that some people would judge you on. And I don't. I read weird stuff. Like I love monsters. I love like all of that. So I always tell people like nothing is weird to me. I read sentient objects, romances.
Yeah,
So like
yeah.
about a stapler or like a doorknob. Like it's weird stuff because it's
Yeah.
just fun and it just takes you out of like
Creative.
again
Yeah.
out of this world.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
now
so-
so did you grow up with this appetite
No.
for
No, I mean, I read fantasy. I remember being very young, 6 or 7.
so just reading in general.
Yeah, reading in general. I remember one of the first series that my parents read to me, my dad specifically, read me Harry Potter when it came
Yes,
out. And that
yes.
was like, that sparked so much
Yeah.
love for reading for me.
Yeah.
I wasn't a huge reader until I got into like my later teens. That's when
Yeah.
Twilight came out. And that was my first romance book ever,
Yeah.
other than the ones that the school made you read, like Romeo and Juliet type vibes.
Yeah.
But Twilight was one of those ones where I was like, oh, I kind of like this. And it's
Yeah.
like kind of innocent, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And then I stopped reading for a long time because I'm just a busy lady.
Yeah.
And it was actually after my second daughter that I took it back up like religiously. And it just went from there. Like it just blew up from there. And so it's only been a couple years for me that I got back into reading.
Oh, that's
I've always
awesome.
been a reader, but I've
Yeah.
never been like a couple books a year. Now I read like 100 books a year.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's impressive.
That's awesome.
How has BookTok, which we talked about earlier, and social media, which I love, influenced what people are buying and reading? Or TV? It sounds like TV is.
TV is the big one, yeah. I think it's just whatever is the hottest at that moment and
Yeah.
like what I mean, I'm not a BookTok girly, so I can't even really speak on that. But I know, like on Instagram, Facebook, everything that I review kind of follows me, so it kind of trends with me.
Yeah.
And I just things that catch your eye, and like, I don't know really how else to explain it other than when you look at most books when they're being explained via social media, it shows like a trope list, and it's got like a couple different tropes of what's in that book, and that's what I think a lot of people kind of go towards, or if they've heard of that author, anything like that. So I can't speak too much on BookTok, but on Instagram specifically, it kind of just like your feed gets like filled with it because you look at it once and then it just like infiltrates.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just there all the time.
Yep.
It's
But
like,
I also wonder if it's like helped create a open dialogue.
Yes.
No,
Like,
'cause
100%.
it's like,
Yeah.
there's other people talking about this.
Yeah.
They're talking about it very
It's
publicly,
huge. It's huge.
so I can
Yeah.
talk about it.
Yeah. Like, I'm not going to be judged by talking to these people, especially over social media, like things like that.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know each other, but we can sit there and connect on how that book made you feel,
Yeah.
or what you liked, what you didn't like, or you should read this one. But a lot of book recommendations comes through social media specifically, because you say you like one author, it will kind of branch out and give you different authors that are similar to that author. So
right. Okay, so romance readers, they are incredibly loyal. All right. So what makes the romance community so special here in Fairbanks specifically?
these girls are feral. They love their spicy books.
Yeah.
And I've realized that the things that I even used to think was weird that I liked and I wouldn't really talk about too openly, that they just like flock to it, and I love that.
Yeah,
Because that way like I can like encourage other people to get out of their comfort zone and just read something fun. Like, it doesn't have to make sense. It's just fun.
Okay, so and so I don't mean to mention the B store, but the B store is here. So they don't have anything similar?
They do. Yeah, they do. They work with the same publishers I work with.
Oh, but because you're a small business,
I think it's more of the
and you have more of a cozy setting that's dedicated strictly to
I'm
that
going
niche.
the B store. Okay.
It took me a second to realize.
B&N, is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
there.
yeah.
In case you were lost, now they're caught. All right.
Well, I think
I didn't want to say it
I was like the
in her
book-
presence.
What is that?
So I didn't want to
Store.
say it in her presence.
I'm not. It does not bother me in the slightest.
because we're not talking about being in right now.
No. I've had conversations with people because they're like, "How do you compete with that? How do you compete with Amazon? How do you compete with those places?" I don't. Like,
Yeah.
I can't. Like,
Yeah,
they
exactly.
literally, their discounts, they end up losing money just so they could supersede independent bookstores.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I know how
Exactly.
much my discount is, so
Yeah.
when they see books at 60% off, I'm like, okay, so this is what's happening right now.
Yeah.
I will never be able to compete with that,
Yeah,
other
exactly.
than who I am as a person.
Yeah.
Amplifies what I am doing.
Yeah.
And so when you go in Barnes and Noble, you're not going to get that intimate type of connection, those
Yeah.
conversations, that
Yeah,
that
I'm gonna
time.
segue. I'm gonna segue real quick.
He
Because I
loves
segue.
He
No,
loves
that's
segue.
okay.
But so as a small business owner myself, what almost loses me sometimes is when people say, "Well, Vistaprint." Well, I'm not Vistaprint.
Yeah, no.
And I'm
I
not.
can't compete.
And I'm not gonna compete
Yeah,
with
I know.
Vistaprint.
Cheaper, then go
Yeah.
find cheaper.
Oh,
and
you
do it.
you wanna run me out of business?
Yeah. You know what you get though, instead of going through you versus Vistaprint, because I have that same opportunity to do instead of working with you. I get to see proofs. I get to talk to a person. I get to have those experiences and conversations with a live person that I can go meet and talk to
Right.
and connect with.
Right.
Amazon can't do that.
No,
What are you
exactly.
talking to? A virtual person?
Yeah.
They're not going to recommend you a book
Yeah.
because they loved it.
Yeah.
They're not going to be able to connect with people
Yeah.
that way. And that is what, honestly, I tell people all the time. I'm like, you don't have to come in and buy a book. Just come in.
Yeah.
Just come hang out. Like,
So, and I'm gonna segue again.
Segue.
And before we,
Segue.
because we have until 7:00, I
Okay.
think. 47. So we have time. Okay, so you as the owner of the bookstore, like, you must have a voracious appetite for reading, because they're coming to you for recommendations, and so you have to give like do you find yourself purposely reading a lot of different books?
I wish I had the time.
Okay.
I actually read so much less
Okay,
than I
so
used to.
explain to me a day in the life or a night in the life of Stacy after the store closes and you're lying in your bed or lying on your sofa in the living room.
Working. As small business owners,
business.
you know
Okay,
that
so
you
you're
work
not
all the
reading.
time.
So you're not reading books.
I do. I try.
Okay.
I do a lot of audiobooks now, which I can do. Like when I did a small remodel at my store, I had an audiobook going all the time when
Okay.
my husband wasn't there because
Okay.
he doesn't like them.
All right.
But so that's how I read the majority of the time. Otherwise, at most, I get to read maybe a couple chapters a night.
Okay.
So maybe if I try to allot in 20 to 30 minutes of
Yep.
me time, and
Yep.
me time is reading.
Okay.
And so I work on that a lot. I don't do it every day like I try to, but that's just life. I have kids, I have a family, so
Got you.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
So you talked about people coming in. Did you intentionally create a space where people feel comfortable talking openly about what they love to read? Like, does it come in and sit and read together?
Yeah.
Like, tell me
Well-
about what you're creating.
I try. Like, I want people to feel comfortable coming in for queer books or monster books or whatever it is that they are connecting with at that moment, or they want to explore in a safe fashion. I just try to treat my motto in my life is I treat people the way I want to be treated.
Right.
And that's greeting people when they come in the door. And I can kind of read like the vibes if they want to chat, if they don't want to chat. And for me to I just try to connect with people as much as I can because
Yeah.
that's what I love. I
Yeah.
love talking about just everything and anything. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't even have to be books. It could be what you did that day or what made you feel good or whatever, because that brings me happiness.
Yeah.
And so I think that it just comes naturally to me because I just love connecting with people.
Got you.
So yeah, that's
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay, so allow me to digress. Fairbanks, North Star Borough. Whoever else is listening, just allow me to digress. Sarah, can I digress a little bit?
Please.
Okay, so you guys are probably noticing something a bit different here. There's only 3 of us total, and there's usually 4 of us total. 3 hosts and the guest. But there's only 3 people today, and one of them is not Brandon or Jeff. All right, so it's summertime in Fairbanks, right? It's summertime in Fairbanks. And when it's summertime in Fairbanks, there is a lot of stuff that you got to get in before the never
Don't
mind.
say it.
Don't say
Don't
it.
I'm not gonna say it before
I'm
the
a
before.
sunshine summer gal.
Yeah. So they're doing their summertime stuff, and me, we hadn't put out a podcast in over a month, so I'm like, you know what? I gotta do a podcast.
Yeah, your podcast.
I gotta do a podcast because my subscribers are like, whoa, what are you gonna do another podcast? And well, that's what we're doing right now. So, Jeff, he's off doing some summertime stuff. Brandon, he went to the Mitchell Raceway tonight, so he's watching the races. I think they start at 7:00.
I think they start at 7.
Yeah, but he's there though, getting ready to watch races. So that's what's going on. They're still with us. We're still a crew, but they're doing summertime stuff. And so tomorrow, and so this is Friday. So you also notice that we didn't do our taste test of the cask. We do that on Saturday morning when they tap the cask.
Yeah, I was surprised when you said, "Hey, Sarah, can you come Friday at 5:00?"
Yeah, well, so there's a car show at the Harley Davidson shop tomorrow,
Oh.
and I want to take my '64 lowrider to the car show tomorrow. So
it's Friday.
it's Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It happens kind of abruptly. It was yesterday. He was like, "Can you do this?" And I'm like, "Bro, no. Like, I'm working." But we made it work.
yeah, exactly. Because like sometimes because the guest list is long, but sometimes people can't make stuff happen. And I'm like, well, let me go down to the guest list and let me see what I can get. And then like you came through. And so this is gonna be an epic episode right here because you have a lot of folks that support you.
I do.
And so you're gonna share this episode.
I am. I posted something on Instagram today saying
Boom.
I was closing early because I was invited to be on a podcast, and I had multiple people reach out to me like, which podcast I
Boom.
need to know, and I'm just like, and like I told you, I was like, I don't think I'm that interesting, and multiple people are like, oh my God, shut up. Like, you
Yes.
have to. And I'm like, well, I am. So,
Love
Yeah.
that support.
Yes. Yes. So let me get back. So let's get back on track. Okay. So where are we now?
I forgot.
Okay.
Now it's your turn.
Okay. So it's my turn.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think we talked about this. No, we haven't talked about this earlier. But okay. So how do you balance carrying popular viral titles with helping readers discover like their hidden gems?
my best. I do my best.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes it's hard because I'm just one person, and not only am I ordering the books, I'm ordering the apparel, I'm ordering all the goodies that go in there, I'm planning events, I'm doing, like, I have an accountant, but I have to help her too. Like, I do everything on my own.
Right.
So
No employees yet. just you
I
and the-
I have two right now. I'm getting ready to hire a third part-time girl to help me, booksellers to help me on, so I don't have to work all of the time.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Because in the beginning, that's what I had to do. Like,
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Trust me, I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Sarah
Yeah, we
understands
all
as
went through
well.
that
Yeah.
stage.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm very, very glad and appreciative that I've been able to do it before I even hit 6 months. I was able to bring
That's
other people
huge.
in to support me. Now it's just me letting go a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
my baby, it's my name, and then I've also found out if I tell people I'm not going to be there, then they don't come. They wait for me to come back, and I'm like,
Really?
guys, I love you, but I can't be here all the time.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
stopped telling people when I'm not
See,
going to
she
be
really
there.
has this like
Yeah.
Yeah.
community.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Exactly.
very, very lucky. Like, honestly, I have imposter syndrome hardcore. I don't understand,
Yeah.
I don't understand, but I'm just here for it. So, but yeah.
Got you. All right.
If you could host one romance author at Wildfire, who would it be and why?
That's a hard one. So I have two sets that I would do. Jasmine Mass is one of them. She actually is my favorite author. I love her books. Just very bantery, witty, intrusive thoughts, very like neurospicy type vibes. It's a fantasy one, which I love. I connect with so much.
Yeah.
But Sable Sorensen, it's actually two authors that write Dire Bounds. That series specifically.
Okay, so this
Yes,
one right here.
yep, that one.
Okay.
That was one of my top reads for last year, and then the second book came out this year, and I was working with the authors. I was emailing back and forth trying to get some goodies for when the books came out. And one of the authors actually responded to my email because I just left a note saying, like, I hope you guys know how much this book's meant to me and how, like, I try to get guys to read it and promote it that way to get them, like, kind of introductory into romance. And having one of them respond to me in that email, I just, like, fangirled so hard. Like, I think it's so cool that those authors that are traditionally published are reaching out to their independent bookstores and supporting them still, even though they sell millions upon millions of books every year.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think that's just so cool. So it'd be a hard one to pick, but either Jasmine Mass or Sable Sorensen, that's their pen name. That's two authors that write that book.
Got you. Okay, so what's one romance novel you think everyone misunderstands, or one you believe deserves much more attention?
Probably that other book there. So Nesta Story, yep, A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. That's the 5th book in that series. That book specifically is about the main character's sister, and she's the eldest daughter, so she carries a lot of weights of being eldest daughter, trying to be perfect, trying to do all of these things, and then she crumbles, and that affects everybody directly in her family, and showing her path of being lost and then finding herself again is something that I really connect with as the eldest daughter. I have always connected with that story, and I hear people all the time saying, like, oh, I can't stand that book. She was such an entitled, she was so entitled, all these different things. And I'm like,
So people really get into the books like that.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, how they make them feel. That's romance books, how it makes
okay.
you feel.
Yeah.
And so I've told people, it's like, I'm so glad that you don't connect with her, because that tells me a lot about who you are and what you've been through. Those traumas, those difficulties, you've never maybe faced those the same way that a lot of women have. And so me being able to connect with that book so much was because I've lived through some of those things. And so that book has always really spoken to me, and it's a 50-50 whether people like it or not. And it's because they haven't had to live through a lot of the things that she showcases and overcomes within that book specifically.
Do you do like reading circles? Do you do or book club?
So we have a book club. We're taking up a pause for July just because it is summer and
So
it's.
busy.
I've noticed.
It's summertime in Alaska.
Yeah, I know. I've noticed. I've tried to do a couple events during the summer, and I was just like, nope, we're not doing this. The last one, I was like, I want to be outside. Like, why are we outside right now?
Yeah.
So I've paused on that a little bit, but we do silent reading time. We were doing that once a month. Right now, again, we're pausing. But I do have my own book club as well.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Got you.
So running an independent niche bookstore isn't easy. Running any bookstore, I imagine.
Yeah.
But what has been your biggest lesson as an entrepreneur?
That's a hard one. I think it goes back to not taking everything so seriously. Like, I'm going to make mistakes and I'm going to learn from them, and I just have to make sure that I learn from them and I don't continue to make them.
Right.
And that, I mean, it's just being, another thing too is just being like okay with not being able to get it done in the time span that I put myself, the time frame that I put myself in. That's another thing too, is like, I am only one person and I can only do so much. And sometimes I have to give myself grace to where it just doesn't get top priority. Not everything can be top priority. And so I think that's something that I've learned is time management, even though I've never really struggled with that in the past. But when you're by yourself, it's different. I don't know how else to explain it. There's a lot of things I've learned about myself as a person, but also as a business owner, and how every dollar really matters, where I used to work for almost $1 billion company.
Yeah.
And so those types of mistakes, it would suck, but it wouldn't ruin you. And now it's those things, making sure, being a little cautious so you don't get yourself into a bind or anything like that. There's so many different things I've learned in just a 6-7 month period.
Okay, so we're gonna segue again.
Okay.
So I vetted you a little bit earlier
Yeah.
before you came on, and you told me about your previous life.
Yeah.
Please explain to us what you did prior to owning
I think that's such a
Wildfire
good, because
Bookstore.
I asked her that same thing when I sat down, and I went, "What?"
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a segue.
You
Your
guys
life is like-
need
you're
to
like,
hear this.
Yeah.
You guys need to hear this. And like, if you ever have dreamed about owning your own business and taking that leap of faith, listen to this right here.
So I used to work for the Caterpillar dealership here in Alaska. I worked there for 14 years, almost 15. I started in Anchorage, where I was born and raised. I worked down there for a little over 6 years, or not quite 6 years, as a service writer. So it was one of not necessarily, it was up above like a receptionist, but I was essentially like a service clerk type person. And I worked my way up, trying to learn as much as I could so I could have advancement. And one of the things I remember telling my boss for years as we were working on this is like, send me anywhere but Fairbanks. I don't want to go to Fairbanks. I don't like how cold it is.
So why'd you say send me anywhere but Fairbanks?
Because our company is throughout Alaska, all the way from Dutch Harbor to Prudhoe to Juneau.
So you were thinking Ketchikan,
Like,
Seward.
Anywhere. In Montana, where our T&E company is, Washington, we have a little bit of Wyoming, places like that, anywhere but Fairbanks. Because I had been here when I was younger, at 19, 20, and I came in December and it was like -40, and I've never experienced that. Nobody told me, nobody prepared me. So I got here and I was like, what the hell did I just get myself into? And ever since then, I just had this thing like, don't ever send me there. Like, I don't want to be there. Don't send me there.
Surprise.
And so he came to me and he said, this is what I got. And I told him, I was like, you get 5 years. That's it. That's all I'm giving you. And I want to work up to where I'm in another management position. And I got here, and the first year was really hard. It was not.
Okay, so what year was that?
2017.
Okay,
I came up in May of 2017.
Yeah, so I got here in 2018.
Oh, okay.
Is when I relocated up
Yeah.
here. So, yeah. All right.
Yeah. So it took me a little while. My husband was from here. So he was totally fine coming back. I was a little standoffish because down in Anchorage, I would deal with a lot of construction companies, power generation, things like that. But up here was mining, and we dealt with that down there, but we weren't face to face with the customers often.
Well, being down in Anchorage, when you have Applebee's, you have
Target.
Applebee's?
Target.
No, yeah, I don't care about Applebee's. Olive
you
Garden.
have Olive Garden.
Yeah.
It makes dealing with your work day a little easier.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Exactly.
an easier way to spend money, I guess.
Yeah,
Like, you go to
exactly.
Target and just
Target.
A
lit it up.
Target.
Yes,
Target.
yes.
Target.
But yeah, we came up here and it was a little bit of a culture shock. It was a shell shock. I didn't exactly expect what I was getting into. And so we got here, and then within 6 months, my manager at the time told me, he's like, "You're not gonna make it," because I was promoted to a service manager or service supervisor, and I was in the field, so I dealt with all of the mines, and there's quite a few of them within a 4-hour radius of here.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You're not gonna make it." Like,
Wait, he told you you're
Yep.
not gonna make it?
Yep. He told me that you should start looking for another job. And so I took that and I was just like, well,
What's his name? No,
no.
Never
He
mind.
doesn't work there anymore.
Never
It's
mind.
fine. It's
Never
fine.
mind. We're not gonna do that to his ass.
No, but so it just lit a fire in me, and he was gone within 4 months after that conversation, and I just took off and did my thing, and within, oh gosh, how many years? It was quite a few years. I got promoted to service manager.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that for a short time until I stepped down from it because of some management issues. But I was there until October of last year. And yeah, like I worked my way up. I was in charge of 20 plus guys at one point. I dealt with all of the major mines around Fairbanks, and I had great relationships with them.
And so you took a leap of faith.
I did.
And you quit your job.
Because of happiness.
And you quit your job.
Yeah.
And you bought a bookstore.
Yep.
And now here we are on 36 the podcast talking about your awesome bookstore.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So look here, guys. Look here. Don't be afraid to take a leap of faith. You know. So there's nothing wrong with being comfortable.
No, life is too short to do things that don't make you happy and don't spark joy. And that is one of my biggest things. Is if it sparks joy in you, find some way to do it. Whatever way that looks like. Be scared. Like I was so scared to leave. Like the comfort of my job. I made great money. I loved my technicians. I loved what I did. I just didn't have that spark anymore. Like it got zapped out of me after being overworked and underappreciated for so long, which sucks because I had some very good bosses and people I looked up to. There was some amazing women in that company that gave me so much opportunity and growth because they saw how badly I wanted it. Yeah. And I don't regret my time there at all. I loved everything that I did. I just lost my spark for a long time.
So has that translated over into how you run Wildfire Bookstore?
Oh yeah. I think if you ask anybody, they just come in and they're just like, "Oh my gosh, like you just seem so happy." And I was like, I've been on the other side. I know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Well, yeah, because you know the cliche saying, once you find something that you love, you'll never have to work again in your life.
Yep. It doesn't feel like work.
Right.
I get to do what I love.
Right.
And that, it's stressful. There's stresses that come with everything in life, though. You just have to decide how you want to handle it and deal with it. And I work all of the time, but I was working all of the time for somebody else's dream. Now I'm working for my own dream and my own, what I want to do, what I want to align with, who I want to work with. I get to decide everything, and I get to put those stressors, I'm deciding them. Gotcha. And so it was never, in working for a corporate place, you don't get to decide. You're there to do your job. And I was always the type of person that I just can't be mediocre.
Right.
And so I did it to myself. I burnt my own self out by not knowing how to say no.
Gotcha.
And now that I work in a place that I don't ever want to say no, like I just love what I do. And so it's not, I never wake up. There's not a single day that I've woken up and said that I don't want to be here.
Oh, wow.
And so I think there's a lot to be said for that.
Yeah.
Just because, again, life is so short.
Yeah.
Why are you
Yeah, it
doing
is,
stuff that?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Why?
Okay, so we're down to our last question
Okay.
for this official round.
Okay.
But we have some surefire questions for you if you want to come back
Okay.
after we take a little
We
break.
didn't, I don't
Okay.
think we scared her. She
No.
seems pretty confident.
Oh.
comfortable.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after this last question, we're gonna take a break. I'm gonna refill my beer,
Okay.
take a little potty break,
Okay.
come back, and we're gonna fire off some questions from
Speed round.
the speed
Got it.
round,
I
and
like
then
it.
and then also we may add in some questions that just
You never
came up.
know.
You never know.
Whatever
All
works
right,
for you.
all
Wait,
right.
wait, I have to segue real fast.
Okay.
It's my
The
turn.
music.
Yeah.
Cue music.
Segue.
Ba, ba, ba.
I've only been here on Saturdays with you.
Yes.
Friday, what are we? 6:00.
Yep.
It's sunny outside.
It is.
Usually we're facing the other way, so I'm not usually looking out onto the patio.
Yes.
People are out. They're
Yeah.
happy.
Yes,
They're like
yes.
smiling. This is a totally different vibe
Yeah.
in Fairbanks in the winter.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
just
It's gorgeous
You
out.
know why we're facing this way, man? Because like,
for people watching.
well, yeah.
I've been creating stories.
Well,
and
yeah.
Yes,
conversations.
I like
well,
it.
yeah, for people watching and inspiration, but
Inspiration, yeah.
We're
I'm
showcasing-
kind of dark, right? So I need to
Oh, it's
face
good
because
lighting.
because I was always facing, and I was like dark, and everybody else was light. I'm like, you
Light.
know what? I need to figure out how to make this work to where you could at least see me.
Oh my gosh.
So here we are.
I like it. I was
Yeah.
looking when the
Yeah.
camera cut in on her face, and I was like, I'm a lighting girl. Like, I love me some content making, and I was like, oh my God, she looks so pretty right
Oh,
now.
yeah,
Lighting.
thank you.
Exactly.
Beautiful natural
Yeah.
filter light, and
Exactly.
they're just happy, and we get to look at them being happy, and it just keeps me. Not that she's not
And-
super. I'm like,
And so
I've been
this is
so in
why
love
I
with
like
her,
coming
but
here
it's like,
and doing the podcast here
Yeah.
because of this, right?
yeah, the
Like you don't
community
get this
around.
at every
No.
other
No,
brewery, right?
this is Fairbanks.
No, when I do my podcast, it's like quiet. It's in my little office space.
And you got
It's
your little
like-
candle going.
Yeah, I get a little.
Like we have a ritual.
we
Like
have
we had a
rituals,
ritual.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I was even surprised when I was like, "Oh, do you want to do it at the store?" And then he explains to me what it stood for. I'm like, "Oh, that actually
Yeah.
makes so much sense."
I was like,
yeah. Oh
We should
I didn't
do it
know.
at the
I don't-
store.
I mean,
Come back for part 3.
Yeah.
no doubt,
When
no
we're
doubt.
just sitting there cozy in the bookstore.
No
I love
doubt,
it.
no doubt. You may see me pick up a book and start perusing the
like I told
pages.
you, you can get a growler and just bring it on over.
Boom.
There we
you
go.
Yeah, so we'll probably do
The
a follow up.
Spicy 36
Yeah.
podcast.
Oh, I
yeah.
like it.
Boom.
It's the after hours.
Boom. 36 the podcast after hours.
That's actually
After
yeah.
hours. Can you
Again,
do it like
cue
that?
Spicy
music.
version.
Yeah.
Spicy
yeah.
version.
I'm
All right.
down.
Okay, so 5 years from now,
Oh.
what do you hope people in Fairbanks say about the Wildfire Bookstore?
Ooh, good question.
That's I don't know. I hope that they look back at it if I'm still here, not still here, whatever, and just remember the good times, the good events, everything like that. One of my favorite quotes is, "I aspire to inspire before I expire." So my biggest thing is I want people to not necessarily remember what they bought, but the experience that they had,
Okay.
and that somebody connected with them, or that what have you. Like I just did a private fantasy birthday at my store, and I just know that she's gonna carry that with her for so long in her life and talk about it. Those are the things that really drive me, is making things like very, very over the top, very just resonates with you for a very long time. That's like, I don't want people to remember what books they bought for me. I want them to remember how I made them feel.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So on that note, Fairbanks, North Star Borough, I know you guys are still with us because this has been a good
This
one
has
right
been-
here.
Yeah, it has.
All right, so we're gonna take a little break real quick. I'm gonna refill my glass. We're gonna get Stacy some more water, and Sarah is still working on her.
I'm a slow sipper.
And now you're drinking the gluten
Non-gluten cider.
cider.
Yep.
All right, so how you like that cider so
It's
far?
good. It's really lovely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Yeah. So you guys, we'll be right back. Welcome back, Fairbanks, North Star Borough. Okay, so we're here for part 2, and we're gonna probably start this off. Not probably, but we're gonna start this off with a few segue questions that came up.
Segue.
That came up during the interview, And then we're gonna hit Stacy with the.
We're not gonna hit her.
Well, we're not gonna.
And then we're gonna hit Stacy. So stay tuned for part 4, where Tilden and I get arrested.
That could be written into a book. Yeah. Book ideas.
Book. Hang on. Hey Siri, book idea. I go to jail.
There's your BookTok stuff for you.
I'm not gonna
Tilden's like,
I'm not gonna literally.
This out. Like,
I'm not gonna literally hit Stacy. We're gonna ask her some questions. We're gonna hit her with questions.
hit me with your best
The
question.
lightning round.
Okay.
We're gonna hit her.
That's how that seems like. And we won't see Sarah back for several more episodes.
No, you're gonna
Until
look
Brandon
here.
and Jeff
Look here.
are like,
Look here. Look here. We need you to be the regular.
I've said that multiple
we need
times.
To be the
but,
regular.
You know, it's just,
Oh man. Okay.
All right.
So let's get back on track.
Stacy, I am very curious. Like I said, when I first walked in and I met you, my assistant, I told her I was coming to meet you today. She got like fangirled out, and I was like, I gotta meet this girl, because like she literally does have this like following.
Yeah.
And she has mentioned some of your gatherings that you have, some of your events. So what can you tell us a little bit about some of the events that you host and like what's coming?
Yeah.
Anything new?
Yep. So, like I said, I'm kind of like doing a little hiatus right now just because we're enjoying the summer. But I just recently did the private fantasy birthday. I've done private book clubs. I've done a bridal shower. I've done a private bridal shower. My favorite one is we call it Girls Night In, and we always theme it somehow. And it's literally just 35 women coming in and playing Cards Against Humanity. We have some romantasy type Cards Against Humanity, like games. And we just eat. The first one was junk food. So we had pizza and we did ice cream sundaes, like stuff like that. I've worked with a couple different small businesses here local in Fairbanks. Passionate Gems was one that was a very popular one.
She's fantastic.
Yes, I loved it.
Yeah.
That was one event I told her, I was like, I have to do, like, I never had time. I was like, I have to do this event with you
Okay.
guys.
Now who's that with?
Passionate Gems.
Yeah. And who's the owner?
Chelsea.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Did you guys do Terranium?
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
yep,
yeah.
yep.
She's up in Two Rivers.
Oh,
Yeah,
is she?
yeah.
Yeah. That's my homegirl.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
my homegirl.
that.
So it's a small community right here.
Yes.
Yeah.
That, and then I'm working with some other ones right now. One's down in Anchorage. She does embroidery, so we're gonna have an embroidery event in September. Don't quote me on that. It's on Instagram. I have a couple bigger ones coming up too. I just told on Instagram yesterday, somebody told me about my store would be perfect speakeasy type event.
Oh,
Yeah.
And so
Yeah,
I've just been
I saw that.
my brain has just been going nonstop with a 1920s mafia, what do they call it? Flapper girl?
yeah.
Type of speakeasy event.
Yeah.
And I want to do that so bad. And then I was talking to one of my other customers, and she does burlesque, and I was like, that would be a perfect combo.
Yeah.
So we're working on that right now. That's not going to be for a couple months. When Sarah J. Maas has her 6th book release in October, we're going to be doing, this isn't posted yet, so
You're getting the scoop
this
here.
is
on
this
the
is
36th.
new.
You heard it here
Yes.
first,
You heard it here
Fairbanks,
first.
Yeah.
Scarborough.
So we are gonna connect with Sweet Mercy Tattoo, which is a women-owned tattoo business here, and they have, I believe it's 4 or 5 women that tattoo in there, and
So right here in Fairbanks.
right here in Fairbanks, yep, down on
Cool.
2nd Avenue, Sweet Mercy Tattoo. We are gonna do the midnight release party there, and they're gonna.
So are they right next to Salty's on 2nd?
Yes, they're upstairs.
Okay.
Oh, no. Sorry. Cut that out. That's not right. It's on 2nd.
Okay.
But where Soapy's is, it's above
Oh,
Soapy's.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so I met with them a couple times now, and they're so amazing. I love all of them there.
Yeah.
And so we're going to do a midnight release party there. They're going to do flash tattoos. We're going to have charcuterie. I'm trying to get my friend Alyssa with Birdhouse. She
Yeah.
does tooth gems and everything
yeah.
in
Yeah.
with it. So just make it
Have
like
you seen her tooth gem?
Yeah.
You know what a tooth gem is?
my
Yes,
little,
I do.
my white girl grill is
Yeah,
what my
yeah.
friends call
White
it.
girl
Yeah.
grill.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Yeah,
I just like a good sparkle.
I'm like
but
5 years younger than you, and I'm like, let me tell you what the young kids
Right.
are saying.
Got
She's
you.
like, Sarah,
Got you.
calm
Got you.
down.
No, I got you. I'm still tracking a little
You
bit.
are
Yeah.
fresh. Yeah.
Yeah,
with it.
yeah. So I saw the bling.
yeah,
Like,
I love it.
white girl
Boom.
grill. Yeah. Like
I don't call it that. I'm gonna be very clear. I don't call it that.
No, it's all good. It's
I like
all
the
good. It's all
bling.
good.
Yeah, it's just cute.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
But that one I'm really excited about. People get first dibs if they pre-order the books through me. And so
Cool.
they'll get at least a 24-hour notice of signing up, get first dibs to flash, the tattoo flash, or flash tattoo, whatever they call them.
Yeah.
So those are a couple that I'm
See,
really
look
looking
at the
forward
lighting.
to.
Look at it's like
That's some perfect
it's
lighting right there,
perfect
right?
lighting. It is
Yeah.
perfect lighting.
That's perfect lighting
yeah,
right there.
you did good. You
Boom,
did good.
boom.
But
You-
I have a follow up to my segue.
Okay,
I'm
go.
sorry.
No,
Sometimes it becomes the Sarah podcast, and
that's
it's
okay.
look
it's fun.
here. It's all good. That's why I have her on.
Yep. I
I
like
just
Boom.
realized we
It
haven't
makes
talked
me
about
do less
this,
work.
except more editing. Where are you located? I just realized we haven't said.
Yeah, so I'm
Oh,
located off of College in the River Mall. I'm right between Vanity Nail Salon and Cheeky Med Spa. Like if you're going to
okay.
REI, instead of turning left, you turn right. And I'm right there in the middle of those two.
That. Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay.
Got you. Okay, so as far as books and what you like, you have a lot of books.
I do.
So how did you go about making your selection and what's the, okay? So is there like a method to your madness on what you stock and when you restock and what you put in new and how you do your rotations? How does that work?
I'd like to think that there's a method to it, but most of the time it's just madness. Honestly, I see a book, I take a screenshot, and I get back to it within a couple weeks, and then I'm ordering that book, or I'm ordering multiple books by that author. I handpick the majority of the titles that are in the store based by author, especially if I've read them before, then I know I want to hone in on that because I can talk the most about things that I've read, but also just carrying a plethora of different, from queer books to hockey to cowboys to fantasy to
so
all
you
of
just
them.
said queer.
Yes.
Okay, so you are LGBTQT friendly?
Yes. Yep. We have a ton of different queer
Or did I
books.
say that correctly?
I think so. I just call it queer because I feel
Okay.
like that's a safe way to say it
Okay.
without hurting anybody's feelings,
Gotcha.
and then also just kind of the whole community as a whole.
I got
Like the female on female is called sapphics.
Okay.
So whenever somebody
I didn't know
comes
that.
in, yeah, they
Yeah.
call it a sapphic.
Yeah.
I try to carry a lot of BIPOC authors as well,
Yeah.
whether they're the ones writing the book or they're within the book. I try to give a good diversity because I think that's how a lot of people get more comfortable with things that they don't know about, that they don't understand. It's a safe way to explore without hurting anybody's feelings per se or being uncomfortable in asking the questions.
Right.
And so as a woman, I'm Native Alaskan, and so it's very important to me to also support BIPOC authors. And then I have in my family, my sisters, there are some of them that are queer. And so it's also very important to me to support them in that too.
Right.
And I, even if it's not something that I necessarily read in any sort of fashion with any book, it doesn't mean that somebody else won't want it or won't be looking for something like that. Like I said, I carry a lot of monster stuff because I like it.
Yeah.
But it's also very important to me to carry a lot of diversity.
Do you have people that come in and they're like, "Do you have this?" And
All the time.
oh, really?
All the time.
So it's that big
Yep,
of
it's,
a
yep,
genre.
Yep.
Wow.
All the time.
That's impressive.
So what flies off the shelf? Like what do you have to constantly keep reordering? Like, is there a certain genre or a certain book title, or is there a certain author that just you always I gotta order more of that?
I would say books specifically that I've read that people come in and wanting recommendations, and I get kind of a feel for what they're wanting.
Okay, so
and
almost
I
like
can
an open
connect.
book club type
Yeah,
of thing
yeah,
going on.
yeah.
The
So
Stacy book.
Okay,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
the
Okay,
Stacy.
I'm a mood reader.
Stacy
So
likes this.
yes. So I'm a mood reader. I like to read a little bit of everything. So I have a very diverse I like blue collar guys. I read a lot of fantasy. I like some of the dark romance. Like I read everything, whatever is calling to me at that moment.
Okay.
And so I try to connect with people and seeing what they like, things that they don't like, and then from there give them some sort of direction. Even if it's not something I've read, I'll tell them like, give this a try. I know this about it. Let me know how you like it, and maybe I'll have to read it too. Because obviously people come in all the time. They're like, have you read all of these books? And I'm like, no, like there's no way. Like I read a lot of books, but no. But I get that question a lot, and I'm just
really?
like, I literally have thousands of books. No, I have not read them.
Yeah.
You said you carry books, and then you said something else. You carry like other. What else is in the store? Or you said you're
Yeah, I have goodies.
Goodies.
So
Okay.
yeah,
What are
I have
goodies?
apparel.
Yeah.
I have bookmarks. We carry a lot of independent authors as well. Those authors, so trad published and independent authors are separate. And independent authors, most of the time I'm seeking out working with the authors directly. And that's just, in my mind, is supporting another small business in that aspect, but also giving people more depth and more understanding that there's more authors than just what's on BookTok.
Okay, so
And
do you
that's
have
another one.
Alaskan authors?
I do. I have several.
so you have an
I do.
Alaskan
I
author
do.
section?
I do.
Really?
Yeah, actually, a really popular one is DL Darby.
Yeah.
She's based out of Anchorage, Wasilla area. I sell her books probably the most. She writes about she has a FMC, which is a female main character serial killer book series.
Yes.
So is there Fairbanks authors?
There is. Yep, I have a couple. Echo Lark is one. She writes queer. They write queer romances. Who else? I have more authors.
Are you
Okay.
doing maybe writing workshops? Is that something that you've looked at doing? Or is it more people are just reading? They're not.
So I've talked to somebody that's on the Literacy Council here in Fairbanks, and they've asked me about that. And I said, whenever you're ready, just let me know, and you guys can host in this space. I don't think I'm qualified to do that, but somebody else that's more knowledgeable than me, I'd be happy to open the space up to them.
Oh, wow.
So I want Tilden to come. So when you do that, Tilden
He can
gonna
write
his
his igloo romance.
romance.
Yes.
Are
Somebody
there
has to
Yetis
do it.
in this, or is it just
Do we have Yetis here, or is it Bigfoot?
Look here, it's going to be all inclusive. I'm going to include a whole
All
bunch of.
I like
There
it.
might even be some Jedis in there too.
I like
There
it.
is no judgment at the writing.
Exactly.
No.
Because if you remember, The Empire Strikes Back.
There were some parts that made zero sense.
They were on that freezing.
That's right.
They were on that frozen, and then Luke, to save Han Solo's life or whatever,
Didn't
they had
decide
to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boom.
My husband is a huge nerd.
Boom.
He's made me watch Star Wars like almost with a gun to my head. Like,
Yeah.
sit down, watch it.
Yes.
Like,
We're watching
Oh,
this.
that's
so
my-
awful.
That's my annual costume. Every year I dressed up as a Jedi
Really?
during Halloween. Okay, now so here's the crazy part about me dressing up as a Jedi for Halloween. When I dress up for a Jedi on Halloween, everybody thinks it's a cool. I mean, because I bought the real deal costume.
Yeah.
Like I really think I'm a Jedi. When I wear that costume,
I can't wait for your fantasy novel to come
Here.
out.
when I wear that Jedi costume on Halloween, everybody thinks it's cool. But when I wear it to work in like January or
Yeah.
February, they're like, "What's this crazy
That's-
mofo? What's he wearing?"
Just tell him you're
He's
a writer.
confused.
Bro,
Yeah,
you just,
you're
bro,
trying
you
to
just
live
told
in
me I
it.
look cool on,
Oh my
on
God.
Halloween. But anyway,
Not a random Tuesday in January.
exactly.
Rude,
I think the
honestly.
next podcast, you wear the Jedi uniform.
We should.
Oh,
dress
look
up.
here, look here. I'll do it.
I'm
after-
always down for a good time.
For after hours
I'll
spicy
do it.
time.
That's
Okay,
spicy.
so-
Everybody wear their fantasy costumes.
Yeah.
Mine would
Exactly.
be sweatpants and sweatshirts.
Boom. No.
I would be eating gluten because
no.
that's my fantasy.
Yeah, honestly.
Pasta.
Pasta.
Because you guys had some like your little dance AK,
Slay AK.
Slay AK
Yeah.
back in the day.
Back in the day.
You had that Slay AK flannel on.
That's true.
Boom.
And you helped us with that too.
Boom.
You have touched so many
Boom.
businesses with your all of the things that you do.
Yes,
It's
and
incredible.
I really appreciate the love that Fairbanks has given me.
Yeah, that's impressive.
But okay, so it's 6:35 and I've got to be broken down by 7. So we're gonna do this little lightning round. Are you ready there, Stacy?
Hopefully.
Okay, so are you gonna
I've
go
got a
first?
segue real fast.
Okay, go ahead.
Her
Segue.
name's Stacy, and you said it. And you're a mom. I'm a mom of 2 boys. They're 11 and 13. Are you Stacy's mom yet? Have they sing?
Oh my gosh,
songs
no.
to you?
My daughters are 3 and 7,
Okay,
so they don't
okay.
know that. Yeah,
And their
yeah.
daughters, so maybe
Yeah,
they won't,
yeah.
My boys would definitely. If my name was Stacy, it would just be
It just all the time.
Yeah, they'd be just more.
One day, my oldest will 100% do that. I think 100%.
All right, I'm ready. I've segued.
All right, so we're all done, and we're gonna go into the lightning round.
Let's
You
do
want to
it.
go first, or I'm gonna go first?
I think I'm looking at the first one. I think it's you. It's all you.
Okay.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, so enemies lovers or friends to lovers?
Enemies to lovers.
Okay.
Oh, we don't get to talk. We just keep asking.
Okay.
Okay.
Small town romance or billionaire romance?
Small town romance.
Really?
100%.
Oh, I'm not supposed to talk.
Okay. No, I'm gonna
Breaking
segue.
rules.
No, so I'm a segue.
And pause.
So I'm a segue on this one right here.
It's your
So-
podcast. I don't break the rules.
So you can break the rules. You broken the rules anyways. Whatever.
I lie.
Okay, so I went to a training session in Somerset, Kentucky. And I don't know if you've ever heard about Somerset, Kentucky, but the first night I arrived in Somerset, Kentucky, I flew into Lexington, and then I made the hour-and-a-half drive to Somerset where my class was with Teledyne. Shout out to you guys up in Teledyne. And so they're a Norwegian-owned company, and so our instructor was from Norway.
Okay.
And he was a Viking, right? Like a
Like
Viking.
Holland. Oh,
Like
I
I'm
like
like
Holland.
I'm like, this guy looks good. I'm like, but I'm not saying that in, but I
I was about to
respect.
say his next fantasy. that
No,
you live.
no,
Tilden's
no,
already on
no.
book
You have
two.
to. You have to be careful
no.
when you're talking to spicy readers about these things.
So I'll tell you this though. So I
I'm
would.
clutching my microphone.
So
I'm like,
my
tell me
first
more
night
about
there.
the Norwegian.
Oh
fantasy.
man, Amin.
Are they in igloos?
Amin looked good. Like he was an ex-special forces Norwegian army guy. He fit the muscles, blue eyes, beard, tattoos. I'm like, this guy right here.
Did he have an axe?
But, yeah, no, he didn't have an axe.
Oh my
but I'm
gosh.
pretty sure he had one in his hotel room.
I was about to say he has it nearby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I'm like,
so
us tall
he
Norwegian.
was so we're in class, right? And all right. So
Did you have bourbon there?
yes, I did. And Kentucky, they've got all the bourbon, right? And they're so uppity. They only serve Kentucky bourbon.
Yeah, you can only have Kentucky bourbon.
Yeah, exactly.
Not
So-
Tennessee bourbon.
So
Ooh.
so my first night in Somerset, Kentucky, I'm downtown eating dinner, and I'm noticing there's something familiar about this damn town. It's like, cause it's an old school home feeling downtown town, right? And so the next day I get to know a couple people, and they're like, yeah, they shoot Hallmark movies out here all the
I
time.
bet. Yeah, it sounds
And
familiar.
I'm like, yes,
Yes.
this is what it is. And they're like, as a matter of fact, they just shot a Christmas movie, and they had the Christmas tree set up right by the waterfall a couple of weeks ago. I'm like, that's what it is.
Like,
Yeah,
I've been here before.
Yes, I
Okay.
watch Hallmark
So
movies.
now, yeah, that's exactly where I was going. So really, you just outed yourself.
Yeah.
He outed himself with a lot of
I
things.
watch
tonight,
Hallmark
honestly.
movies. I do.
They just feel good.
There was that one Hallmark movie where it was like the snowman that came
Yes.
alive.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Yeah.
Hot toddy
yeah,
or whatever.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
you even remember the damn
yeah.
title?
Oh, it was
It's a
thing.
Hallmark movie.
It was a.
They're all the same, but all
But
different.
that one was so,
it was very
what?
weird. Yes, no. It was very
I'll
weird.
follow some fantasy.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
that's fine. But like that wasn't.
Slow burn, insta love.
Slow burn.
Okay.
She knows it.
I know what I like.
Yeah.
One bed or fake dating? What is one
Oh, that one's hard.
does
One
that
bed
mean?
means they get stuck together in one bed when they usually hate each other.
bed?
So it's forced proximity,
so is this
essentially.
this is more like book acronym. Book,
Yes,
book
yeah.
speak?
Well, it's
Okay.
not even really an acronym. It's
Yeah.
really like it's literally one bed.
Okay.
That one's hard. I'd probably pick one bed because most of the time that means they hate each other.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
a love
yeah,
of the
it's
deep.
forced. Yes.
Okay. Grumpy, sunshine, or opposites attract?
Ooh.
Grumpy sunshine.
I
for
love
sure.
a grumpy.
I do
sunshine.
too.
Okay. All right.
Happily ever after, or the acronym HEA. Am I speaking your
Yes.
language?
Yeah.
Okay,
HA. Happily
wow.
ever after. Yeah.
Or happy for now.
Ugh,
HF.
never happy for now. I always want a happily ever
Aw.
after.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that.
Okay, hardcover, paperback, or special edition?
That's hard. I read paperbacks, but I collect special editions, which are typically hardcovers.
Okay.
I will not read a hardcover. I've dropped too many on my face sitting in my bed.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Heavy to
No,
carry.
no.
Yeah,
They're awkward, but they're prettier typically.
All
Okay.
right, which romance trope is overrated?
Probably.
You don't have to answer if you don't want to.
Insta love is one that I despise because I just feel like it's very infatuation type thing at that point.
Oh, yeah.
Also, you guys probably won't know what this means, but like a miscommunication trope. So where essentially one of the characters literally, like, no matter how many times you explain it, they still wrap things up weird. Like they don't interpret things the way that they're trying to be interpreted. So they always are constantly fighting this thing of where they're constantly miscommunicating with each other. And I cannot stand that because I'm just like, you guys are grown adults. Like most of the time they're trying to save the world and you guys can't talk like normal people. And so that's one that I will put down a book if it's too much for me.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, so which trope deserves a comeback?
I don't know. I don't think any, maybe like a true enemies to lovers where they actually hate each other for several books if it's a series. Like absolutely.
Oh, you can go on for several books
I've
hating each other?
read a series that right now there's only 4 books out of the 5. It's going to be a 5-book series. Out of the 4 books, the first 3 books, they absolutely hated each other. Could not
But
stand each other.
eventually in the end,
Yes, yeah, but it took
love will
all
prevail.
of those books to get to that point. Like, I want the true loathing and hatred, not for like 3 chapters. I want it for books. Like, I want
okay,
it.
okay.
So.
All right.
All right, last one.
Okay.
What's your all-time favorite romance novel?
That's so hard. I have to go back. I have 2 favorite authors, and Sable Sorensen Direbound is probably one of my top reads. That's actually not true. Throne of Glass. Sarah J. Maas, Throne of Glass. That series, I think it's 7 or 8 books. Don't quote me on that. That book, there's just so much female empowerment and development within those characters that it was several times within that book I just bawled. I cried just like seeing them have their glow up and like winning and everything. Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas will probably forever be my favorite series. It's called a Roman Empire series, so that is my favorite series.
Okay. All right.
Are you now rapid fire? Are you going to go visit the store and pick up a book?
Even though there's no igloos.
Possibly.
She said there's Yetis. So
I do have several Yetis, Manitars.
Well, I'm going to come in and I'm going to browse. And if I see something that strikes my interest, I will make a purchase.
Yeah, and I always tell guys, like, especially if they come in with their wives and stuff, that's why there's furniture in there.
Yeah.
You don't need to follow your woman like a little lost puppy dog. Just
Yeah.
come hang out, play on your phone, let her do her thing.
Yeah.
So there's never any pressure at all for guys. I just want them to feel comfortable within the space. It's very important to me because my husband is one of those guys. He just follows me around. I'm like, stop breathing on me. Let me do my thing.
Yeah.
And
You
so
did mention, you said is he not into the romance novel?
he's not really a reader. He used to be, but he loves fantasy type stuff too. He used to be a big Lord of the Rings type of, but he just doesn't do it anymore. So I kind of force feed him on audiobooks and stuff. So
Right. That's awesome. So, Sarah,
Tilden.
we have come to the end of both our formal and informal questions and segues. Unless you have another segue. Do we have any more segues before we have to? I've got 15 minutes to break down. So we have anything else?
I'm segued out. Do you have any segues that you what do you want Fairbanks to, or what do you want the world to hear? He's got a global audience.
Yes.
What would you like to say to everybody?
I think the moral of this story is do what makes you happy.
Yeah.
And treat people with kindness, even if you don't understand it, that's okay. And just do things that bring you, like, sparks joy, brings you happiness. Life is too short to be unhappy. And it's just, that's like my biggest thing is like, whatever it is, whether it's reading or not, like my place is a place for people to come and just be as they are.
Do you have do you mail? Do you do online
I will.
shipping?
Yes, my website is actually like 99% done.
Okay.
I just have to do an inventory recount, and so I've been delayed on that.
Yes.
But I will ship, especially flat rate boxes.
Yep.
I really
Yep.
want to support the villages in Alaska.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
Amazon doesn't ship to all of them, but I also don't want it to cost them $50 to ship a book out there.
Yeah.
So that is my ultimate goal, is to be able to support rural Alaska as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, if you're listening and you're in one of the villages and you would like to dive into the romance novel genre, and you can't make it to Fairbanks, we have an option.
Yeah.
Well, not we, but Stacy has an option.
I
coming
can
for
still
you
help.
soon.
Yep.
All right. So, are you guys ready to close out?
I'm ready.
Are you ready, Stacy?
I think so.
Okay. So, Fairbanks, North Star Borough. My name is Tilden.
My name is Sarah.
My name's Stacy.
And this was 3060 Podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next time. We are out.
It's 36.
Peace.
The podcast. 36.